Smile. Okay, here we are for Spring 6. Pretty nice day, I'd say high 70s. The tags are about to go out, and then we're number 4 today, so we're going to try to grid towards the front. We had to make some pretty crazy changes. We took that rear sprocket system that we had, the small set, and swapped it in between practices, and barely got him up for second practice, but he did well in second practice, so things are looking good. All right, qualifying coming up. I love you, go kick some ass. What happened right out the gate?
Shelby, when they told her to go, she thought we were lining up at the...
Oh, and so then you just went?
So they told me to go.
Okay, all right, well that helped us out, huh? You got a clear track? Looks like we came into kind of the back of the pack that chose a little bit later to go out. You came up behind Asher. Tell me about what you did there.
I just, once I got around him, I just drove my line.
You look like you had a pretty good line through that chicane. It looked a little different than usual. You're charging it way harder. Is that faster? All right. Your fastest lap was your last lap. Did it feel any different than the rest of them, or the tires come in?
Yeah, the tires just came in.
Do you know what your last lap was?
The 41.62.
Yeah, that's right. All right, man. What do you think the keys to the pre-final are?
Just stay up.
Started the day off right. Hopefully we can continue. Continue?
Yeah.
Kick some butt? Kick some knuckles. All right. Emmett Racing. All right, so kind of elaborate a little bit on that change that we made in between practices. He tossed a chain on lap 2 with the small sprocket setup, and it's this guy. I think there's some merit to using it, but we just need to do some more testing and find out if it's really what we want to do. I couldn't risk it, so we just busted tail and got it swapped out, and he went out there and practiced and was quickest in practice, and then went out and qualifying and set a real heater on the last lap, qualified pole. So it was stressful, but he pulled it through, and again, his attitude's been really great. I think in the past, if he saw us frantically working on the cart like that, he would have let that affect him, and he's not. So he's sticking to his lane as far as driver, and he's focusing on that, and then letting me and Trevor from Arcane work on the cart and get it right. So looking good. Pre-final coming up here in a bit. They just started with kid carts, and we'll be up in a minute. So pre-final coming up. All right, man. I love you. Go kick some ass. Park City Motors doing it again. All right, that was a P1 for the pre-final. Looked pretty good. He actually matched his personal best at a 41.4. So we're talking like TSRS speeds, and you know, it's probably makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of rubber on the track. There's 108 carts. But talk me through that first corner. Seemed like everybody was pretty even in the start. Were you able to? You just stuck it down there? Were you able to stay on the gas, or did you have to lift it all?
I had to lift and get on my brakes because I was being pushed and I couldn't turn. Okay. So when I got on my brakes, that kind of got the guys, the people behind me to check up, and then I had a decent gap, so I just took off from there.
All right. Well, you started gapping about 2/10 a lap. Tell me about the last 2 laps.
I was just focused on just staying on the track and making sure I don't make any mistakes, like in 7. Like, I don't want to send it so hard where I spin because I'm on 2 wheels. Right.
Yeah, and you got up on 2 wheels, huh?
Yeah.
Did you feel that going into 7 on the last lap?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. You know, your last lap was your fastest lap. All right. Well, there we go. P1 pre-final.
I literally was flying.
You were flying. All right, buddy. You want to tell everybody about our 20% off at Tuner Tray? All right. So if you do what promo code what to
Emmett.
All right, capital EMMETT. You get 20% off a Tuner Tray, and it's really appreciated helping out our sponsors that help out us. So 20% off Tuner Tray, promo code Emmett, EMMETT. All right, say bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, final coming up.
Okay, welcome to the main event for Spring 6 Vlog 5. Now when we were lining up here, Braden Westfall over there seemed to have an issue with his cart. Every time his dad would start it up, it would go wide open. So Trevor McAllister from Arcane noticed it, ran over there, noticed the problem. Seemed to be a throttle cable that was hanging up on a zip tie, something like that. But luckily they were able to get through it, snip it off there, test it real fast. They were kind enough to hold up the field for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, something like that. Problem resolved. So we're off to the races here, which was pretty cool. Once again, Emmett is on pole, Braden outside pole. This is a familiar story. Braden Westfall is quite the driver. New inclusion to the top 4 there. We have Chris Tracy. He's picking up the speed. All right, here comes the start. Braden Westfall gets a little bit of a jump, about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cart. If he was pressing the issue, he probably could have come down on Emmett, but I think Emmett filled the gap there a little bit too quick for him. And then Emmett just starts going to work. Couple different shots of them coming down through the first corner on the first lap. 13 in the field today, but I believe only 12 ended up starting the main event. So we kind of skip around here, get about the midpoint of the race. Emmett kept a increasing lead of about 2 to 3 tenths per lap, sometimes as much as 1/2 second. We tested all day Friday, all kinds of different setups, things like that, and we really found the one that was working, and the cart was just set up on rails. It was going absolutely anywhere and everywhere that he turned the steering wheel, which is pretty cool. There was a lot of grip building up in turn 7 there. Here comes, this is I think the last lap coming in right now. So this win sealed up the Spring Series for us. It propelled us a little bit farther out in the points, which is always good going into the rest of the season. I think we get a little trophy with it too, but more importantly, it just comes with a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence for Emmett. Always feels good to get that first place placard, or in this case, laminated paper. It's just to let Tech know that we need to be teched at the end of the race. And this was a really good return to the podium for Super B. He took a week or two off, kind of refocus, and it looks like it helped. All right, Barry Boy coming up. They're getting real fast. All right, Proud Daddy there yelling. All right. Well, that's a wrap for Spring 6, and we'll catch you a couple weeks for Summer 1. Thanks for watching. Emmett Racing.